Welcome back to the next part of the show, and we're now at the first learner's box of the Unit 7G. So now we're going to read it. So you can see that the two bold statement that is presenting an argument and presenting an opposite argument. Presenting argument that is support, to support. Opposite argument, argue with that, against it. So presenting an argument, it is true, clear, that it can be argued, that it is hard to deny, that some people argue that, and also opposing argument. On the other hand, however, some people argue that other people may take the opposite view and claim that. Okay, so can use those phrases in the middle paragraph, means the second and the third paragraph of an essay you wrote. So now we're gonna go to the second exam strategy right now. Follow each argument in your essay with an example or a supporting statement. Okay, so argument followed by an example. So this can be also used in the both paragraphs, the second and the third one. So when you are arguing about that story, about that statement, you can also use how to argue. Alright, like this. You can argue, you can have an argument that followed by an example. Example like, for example, only children get more privacy. For example, they don't have to share the bedroom. So after you give a statement to argue, then put an example next to it. Alright? And the second one you can do, argument followed by a supporting statement. Example, children from large families are rarely lonely. There's always someone to talk to. Alright? So you can put the argument first or after or following the supporting statement. You can put wherever you want. But remember, when you put an argument, please give an example to prove that you are arguing truly. Alright? So now we're gonna do exercise number 6. Exercise number 6, what do they tell us to do? Read the learner's box and then read the conclusion of the essay. What is the writer's opinion? Do you agree with him or her? So now let's read the learner's box first. For and against essay conclusion means the last paragraph, the very last paragraph, the fourth one. For the essay conclusion, you can begin the conclusion with to sum up, or in summary, I would say that. Okay? Number 2, you should give your opinion. This could be a balanced view, or you may agree with the statement in the title, or you may disagree with it. So remember, the conclusion of the essay, you will have to include those two things, those two important things. That is, first one, you will have to put the phrase to sum up, and in summary, I would say that to close the essay. Alright? And then in that conclusion paragraph, you will have to give your own opinion. Your opinion could be a balanced view, means 50-50. Both sides. You support both sides. Alright? Or you may agree with the statement. You say agree. Then you have to give your own opinion. In the title, with the statement in the title, or you may disagree with the statement in the title. Alright, so we will read the writer's conclusion paragraph. To sum up, there are clearly some advantages to being an only child, but also some disadvantages. It depends on personal experience and in individual circumstances. In my view, it is better to have brothers and sisters, but I'm from a large family. So the writer said that it is better to have brothers and sisters from a large family. But even from a large family, he also wants to have brothers. He or she wants to have brothers and sisters. So means he disagree with the title. It is better to be an only child than to come from a larger family. So he argued with that successfully. All right, and he had given the reasons to sum up the whole essay he wrote. All right, so you can see how important the last paragraph is for the whole essay. So please remember that. And okay, so do you agree with him or her? Okay, so maybe I will disagree with him, because for being only me, I have described it earlier in this show. Alright, so for not wasting our time, can rewind to that part 1 or part 2. I don't remember, because it has been a really long lesson for tonight. So alright, so now I'm gonna give to you the homework, or maybe because you're learning online, so I don't care homework. I don't call that practice. You're going to write an essay entitled "Friends Have More Influence Than Family on Teenagers." First, you have to plan the second and the third paragraphs. Think of the 2 arguments for the statement and the 2 against. So 2 arguments for the statement means to support the statement, and 2 for against the statement. For against the statement. Think of an example or a supporting statement for each of the arguments. Remember that? Read the exam strategy in exercise number 2, means the first exam strategy. And then plan the introduction. Alright? Read the second learner's box again. Then decide what your opinion is, your own opinion is, and then plan the conclusion. So remember, first you will have to put the opening part, then the middle part, then the conclusion part. But think of the second and the third paragraph first. Then remember to memorize the phrases I have told you in this whole lesson, and then think of a opening paragraph like the exam strategy had told you in the exercise number 2, and then write the conclusion paragraph. Alright, and then after that you write an essay about 200 words to 250 words. Then you have to check your work, have it followed by the instructions in the exercise number 7, have to check your spelling and grammar. If you finish that, you have a really good essay. Alright, remember to write it. Remember to write it. Then that has been a episode of a show, and thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you so much for tuning in. And hope to see you guys back next week at 7:30 p.m. on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. I'm gonna have a brand new opening part, then a rebroadcast lesson. So remember to review 7G, and see you next week, 7:30 p.m. Facebook page and YouTube channel. See you next week.